Hi, everyone. I'm David,
And I'm Richard.
and we've got an update on all of the stuff that's happening behind the scenes. Richard, let's start. First, CSS Red Square.
Yep. So we've had a kind of complete, really, it's a theming overhaul. CSS, the look and feel of Red Square's had a thorough shake up and reworking. I think it's looking really tight now. People notice there's a lot more Twitter about it, and I think that's just because we've seen that's what people respond well to,
Yeah.
and it's helped us tighten up all the interactions, etc. So
So, aesthetics, it looks and feels a lot more like Twitter. It feels a lot more to me like Red Square too. It feels more reliable. It's got like subtle transitions, the menu, functionality is getting cleaned up. There's still some stuff that's broken. I think the notifications just got patched yesterday.
yeah, we'll have to push that out today. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So it may or may not be on prod. That stuff is happening. If you notice any bugs, please come to Red Square, post them, and get them to our attention. We're going to get them fixed.
Yep.
But yeah, our goal is getting Red Square as polished as possible for September, so
Yep.
that when token persistence comes and more people are coming, they're finding a really functional social network.
Yeah, well, I think we're seeing that a little bit already. We're seeing increased uptake, and I think that's partially due to some small refinements that came through to moderation on the way through.
Yeah.
So on that note as well, if you don't see something you expected or whatever, do let us know, and just feel free to post bugs. People are asking
Yeah.
where to post bugs. Post them front and center. We like to work in the open. Put them on Red Square, and that'll get
Just put them
our
on Red
attention.
Square.
We'll see them and
One
we'll action them.
One thing you'll notice if you've been there before is the curated and the unfiltered are gone. Settings now has the switch. What we're trying to do is we're trying to more naturally, with more kind of implicit moderation, move things over. And we've made some changes. You may be asked for your opinion on posts at certain points in time, which the algorithm is going to take into account in terms of, do we show people who are just here for the curated view of Saito? So
if you get asked that question, it means you're on the inside. You're in the in group.
It means that someone has decided they like what you're doing.
Yeah.
But it should be reasonably spam resistant. We don't think trolls will be able to co-opt it easily. But yeah, if you post good stuff, you'll start getting asked those kind of questions.
Yeah.
Next up, NFTs. We don't want to go too much into this because we mentioned it.
Yeah.
It's live on the server.
Yep.
So if you go to send a token, there'll be an option to send an NFT. You can create NFTs too. They're still in testing, of course.
Yep.
I've noticed, I think it was Saito Web 3.
Yep.
He was experimenting. He was like, he was seeing the Identicon for the NFT, and he's like, this should be an image. It's what that is right now is that's actually a representation of the hash.
Yeah.
So we've got to improve the components so that if you've got an image NFT in your wallet, you can pick the NFT to send by the image. Feedback like that is super helpful. So thank you, Saito Web 3.
Yeah, anyone with Saito in their wallet, native Saito is required to actually send an NFT. Feel free to have a play with that. You need to spend a whole Saito to do it. And that'll help us get feedback on what people think, what they're using for it. And remember, this isn't ETH. You don't need to be a dev and write Solidity and nonsense to make your NFT. It's in the UI. So you can start minting them today. You can
stop asking us when all the devs doing they're building smart contracts that do what the wallet now does by default.
Yeah. So make your own token and share it with people. It's quite fun.
We know that the UI needs to support images. We're going to work on that, but other feedback is more than welcome. The stuff that people complain about, we try to prioritize because it's showing someone wants to do it.
Yeah.
I guess the other thing to ask for is come to Red Square. We could also use suggestions for some easy NFT integrations.
Yeah.
I think cards in some of the games, just so that there's like an NFT that's shown, if you've got this, it shows up in Settlers or TS or something.
Possibly profile pics, some other stuff would be cool.
Profile pics. If you've got some other idea that's super easy, share it in Red Square. We may look at that and be like, it's brilliant, let's do it, and spend a day or so and just implement it. Next, WIKI Updates. The wiki has been overhauled. We're in the process of trying to clean it up so that when people come in September, every section makes sense. There's no garbage. I'm loving the new apps page.
Yep.
The roadmap, the tokenomics are being updated in preparation. The dev section is an ongoing struggle of trying to figure out what to show people.
Yeah.
There's a lot of work that needs to happen here, especially the applications page. We're going, it's becoming our app store, so you can download the modules there and install them if they're not installed by default. So we need to test and make sure they all work and they're dynamically compiled properly.
Yeah.
If you look at it, Richard?
Well, I was going to say, anything that you expect to find and can't find, or any suggestions for things we should add, please do let us know. Again, just hop on Redsquare and punch it out. But also remember, it's an open project. People can make pull requests. You can actually update stuff via GitHub, etc. If you're wondering how to do that, get in touch with us. Hit us up on Redsquare, or just look at the wiki. I think it has instructions too. We'd love people to get involved with that. This is not supposed to be unidirectional. So
I will flag one small change I've made when editing content is I noticed that before a lot of the edits were kind of abstractly. I've got a coffee machine. 1 second.
That's just about time.
And it's ended.
I know the cadence.
A lot of things were like, oh, let's explain peer-to-peer and decentralize this. And it's like, no, guys, we're a mature project, so we're trying to get away from that, and we're trying just to explain Saito. People can come to the site to learn, and, we don't need to give the deep dive on mental poker in the poker app space. People are going to learn about this stuff by using it. But, yeah, if there's stuff that's missing, we can add extra pages and we can categorize them appropriately.
Yep. Or if you can't find something, that also tells us so that we need to think about the nav and those sorts of things.
You want to do the Rust section here?
Yeah, I mean, this one's easy. Basically, things are on track, and in a lot of ways, no news is good news. We're punching through the pre-September work, and that's coming along. One little thing that did take up a bit of time is syncing long chains. So with the kind of chain, just struggling for the word. With the looping chain, you can be off it. If you've gone away for a long time and you come back, it may not be connected to what you've got locally anyway. Nodes, that's one set of problems for full nodes. For browsers, we don't want people to have a bad experience and just have their browser say, I don't recognize this blockchain. So we've just been working on tightening up both sides, the admin and so forth. That's the
ability for the people that come back every 6 months, and it's their same old wallet.
Yeah.
And our server's like, I'm not going to give you 6 months of light blocks.
Yeah.
Because
it's
around the chain.
It's twice. The Saito equivalent of that thing. If you open up like old Bitcoin clients or some of the ETH infrastructure, you'll know, there's a little thing down the bottom of the screen that loops to say, oh, we're updating or syncing the chain. It's the Saito equivalent of that when you've got a chunk of chain between the gap between what you've last seen and what's currently known to the nodes. That's come along, but basically, Rust on track for September. Really positive there.
I got 2 more things to talk about that are kind of in other stuff. First is you'll notice Paths of Glory has gone live on the network. Bit of a labor of love for me. It's fun. It's also really frustrating and challenging. We got some copies, so we've got the licenses. You can come in, you can play with Tuco. But yeah, it's interesting. It's a strategy, kind of a weird supply chain war management game.
Fun.
It's weird. It's a comedy. It's fun when you're the one causing problems for the other guy. It's not so much fun when they're causing problems for you. But yeah, it's interesting. I think it's a good contribution. I'm pleased to finally be able to get it up. So feel welcome to enjoy that. The other thing I wanted to mention is I'm crossing the Pacific Ocean tomorrow to the Science of Blockchain conference in Berkeley, which is nice. Those are my old stomping grounds in the States. But a request. The big challenge we have with Saito continues to be that in academic and in dev circles, people don't believe that it's possible to solve these problems. One of the reasons I'm going is this is one of the more academic conferences, and I'm hoping we can touch base with people who actually care about the fundamentals and are open-minded about, well, maybe all of these impossibility proofs are based on assumptions that don't apply. So request would be, if you know anyone who's attending, who's curious about routing work or would like to go grab a coffee or beer, I'd love to be put in touch. We'd love a connection. Our goal is basically just to go there and meet people, and find out who's working in the space and who's writing. And
I think last time I was there was back when it was at Stanford. That was 19. David was there too. We met a lot of really cool people, and it's good to have David getting back there and connecting up again.
Yeah.
If I hadn't just crossed the Pacific myself, I'd be very envious.
Well, Stanford has the taco shop. Berkeley has better coffee stores, I think. Who knows?
Yeah, I'd give it that.
It's been a while. Anyway, so I'll be in the States. And if you are in the Bay Area and you want to go out and grab a coffee or beer sometime, let me know, because I'll be starting in Palo Alto and then circling north. So
cool.
Okay. So that's our update. Any questions, I think, come to Redsquare.
Yep. Just hit us up anytime. And on a closing note, I would like to say one thing, which is just Vale Dan Hughes. Very sad news this last week. One of the good guys in crypto, and really sad to hear about his passing. So I think from everyone in the Saito community, I'd like to acknowledge that and send our condolences to anyone close to him. Bit of a sad news hit home, I think, here at the project.
Okay.
All right.
End on a bummer.
Yeah. Sorry, guys. Next time.